And welcome back to Wigglings. I am the the master of disaster for one and only Voidexes in the Australia. And today, we're going to be doing more hairless because I don't feel like doing much else. I was thinking of doing some, like, you know, maybe a little Final Fantasy head grinding, maybe, try to do a little catch-up stream for, Devil May Cry. I just decided to do this. I did have a little spook last night, with my Switch. I went and turned on my Switch, and it was, like, it wouldn't turn on. Like, I pressed the power button, nope. I took it out the dock and pressed the power button, nope. There was no power for some reason. And keep in mind, I don't take the Switch out the dock. I haven't taken it out the dock in, like, years. So, I held, like, the power button for, like, 15 seconds. Nothing happened. I did, like, power button, like, volume up, volume down. Nothing happened. And then I tried... I think I tried stuff for, like, 10 minutes. And then finally it turned on. It's fine now, but, like, I don't know what that was about, and I don't like that. That is not something that makes me very, very happy. Alright, so we're doing some random tier list today. The first one I have here is Final Fantasy Tactics Jobs, which should be relatively quick. There's not that much here, so... I'm just gonna say now, the Onion Knight. This Onion Knight, I've never played enough of War of Lions. I have played War of Lions once, but I don't think I ever got the Onion Knight class in War of Lions. Is there Dark Knight? Yeah, I never got to use Dark Knight much here, and I feel like there's another class that I never really... No, I think that's it. So, let's start with the Archer. So, Archer... I feel like Archer kinda sucks. I mean, it's a little bit more useful than some of the other classes, I say. But, it kinda just sucks. Bows are not really that great. Well, actually, bows are kinda okay. Let me rephrase that. Bows are actually kinda okay, especially early in the game, because they give you a lot of range. If we're just talking about the class itself, it's not that great. Aim sucks. Aim is such a terrible sub-command, because it's just like aim plus 2, aim plus 3, aim plus 4, aim plus 5. It's like, you have to, like, calculate when the enemy might move, and make sure they don't move. I mean, it makes it so you don't miss, I believe, but, like, it's not that great. The enemy AI will abuse this all the time, because, you know, the AI is a cheating little bastard. But, like, if you try to use it, good luck. I feel like Archer kinda misses the mark. I will say, though, if you mix Archer with, like, say, the Arts of War command, they're pretty good. It gives you a range option of breaking stats and breaking equipment without getting countered. Because if you're trying to use Arts of War with a knight, you're probably getting countered to death. And counters kinda hurt. They kinda really, really hurt. Because everything seems to have counter. Like, everything seems to have counter in this freaking game. I don't know why, because, like, every monster must have the counter command. It's like, bro, do they really need to counter everything? But yeah, without Arts of War, I feel like Archer just isn't really that good. Now, Thief, I am going to put Thief at around I'm not sure if I should put beef around B or C. Beef is not really that great for damage. It's more so that their ability and skill. Because, you know, that's what beefs are good at. If you're able to steal an enemy's weapon, it's mostly applies to humans. It doesn't really matter with monsters. Against monsters, beefs are kinda hot garbage. You don't want to beef with fighting monsters. When you're fighting humans, though, stealing their weapon immediately pretty much nullifies them almost. I say nullifies, but it reduces their threat level by a lot. Unless they're a mage, then, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a problem dealing with them. But you could get some pretty good equipment early on, and even if you don't use the equipment, you can just sell the equipment for money. And they also have skill heart, so you can charm. And they have skill gill, which if you set it up right, you just get infinite gill. Not that you really need that much skill. Well, you need a little bit of skill, but you don't really need that much skill. But overall, yeah, beef is a good job. If you give them a good sub-command like a monk's martial arts, it really helps them in terms of, you know, keeping others alive. I would not give them any magic sub-commands. I don't think any magic sub-commands are good for them. I feel like giving them something like ninja's throw might be good if you're into using throw. Or giving them something like, say, a chemist. Well, Iam's always good on anyone. Like, Iam might be very good. Geomancer might also be a very good sub-command for them. And of course, you know, Arts of War. Arts of War is always good. So, Arithmetician. I'm gonna put, like, right here. Now, normally you would be like, what do you mean? They're S here. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of arithmeticians. Or calculators, however you want to call them. Why? A, they're slow as crap. And B, figuring out which ability to use is a pain in the butt. It is a massive pain in the butt. Because you kind of want to use, like, Holy on everything, because you can use, like, a chameleon robe to absorb Holy. Or, you know, use something that your higher power can absorb, if the enemy cannot absorb at all or nullify. But, like, you're just spending so much time going through all the different options that it's like, bruh, I would rather do, like, ninja, dual wield, or, you know, give dual wield monk and just punch things, or, you know, just pew with, like, a chemist, or anything other than arithmetician. Now, you can use, I don't think you can give arithmetician to anyone else, can you? I think you can, actually. Yeah, you can give arithmetician to, to any other class. It might be better in the hands of, like, a white mage or black mage, or, you know, anyone that's faster. Still, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm really not. Now, who I am a big fan of is the chemist. Chemists early on, they're crap for damage. But once you start getting guns, they become pretty damn good. They start becoming really good, because guns are really strong. Especially once you start getting the elemental guns. On top of that, they can throw items innately. You don't have to have that equipped, so you don't have to be, like, right next to someone who heal or revive them. Which is very valuable. It keeps the chemist out of harm's way, for the most part, unless, you know, you're fighting say, a chocobo or a ninja, and there's just gonna be a butthead to go after your chemist all the freaking time. But yeah, chemist, very good. Lets you heal up from a distance. Lets you pew-pew once you start getting guns. Steal Mustachio's gun and give it to a chemist. If you're not going to be using Mustachio. I'll be honest, I don't use Mustachio. I probably should. But the thing is, it's like, by the time I get to Mustachio and, like, the unique characters, I've been building up my own characters the entire game. So it feels bad, basically restarting from zero. You know what I mean? It's like, yep, I got this cool new character, but now I have to, you know, train them from ground zero, and it sucks. Like, yeah, I'll take time to just have, like, Orlando and Reese and Cloud and, you know, Beowulf, but, like, it sucks. Geomancer. No, that's Dancer. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of Dancer or Bard. Wait, is that Bard or is that Geomancer? That's mime. That is... I think that's Geomancer, right? This is Geomancer, right? So what's the Bard? I guess Dancer and Bard are gonna be the same thing, but like... I don't really like Dancer or Bard, I'll be honest, because like... Yeah, they have the potential to be really damn good, but more often than not, I find them missing their abilities. And then, you know, there's just a Sin Duck over there in the corner, just unable to do anything. And if you make them stop, I mean, like, what are they gonna do? Do a different kind of dance? Like, oh boy, I'm gonna dance again. I could probably die in one hit because while they're dancing, they take, like, extra damage. Or, you know, while they're singing. At least Bard has, you know, their hearts they can attack with, even though hearts have a really, really damn weird attack range and whatnot. I don't even think dancers really get good weapons, right? Not that you really want to be attacking with a dancer or a bard, but I mean, you know, it's an option. And I don't even know what good sub-commands would give them, because, like, they're gonna be too busy over there, just like, I'm a dancing, I'm a yodeling. So I took them in a seat here. They're probably a lot better than what I think they are. We'll see whenever I get a War Alliance. And yes, I will get a War Alliance. That's gonna be one of the ports that I'm gonna be doing at nighttime. So, Geomancer. I kinda do like Geomancer. Like, yeah, their damage isn't, like, the greatest. I think it's almost always, like, 60 damage or something. It's not the great, or 3 damage. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty consistent in damage. And some of the statuses you can get with it is really, really damn good. You can get Hogue really, really early on. You can get, Petrify, or Stone, whatever you want to call it. Both are very, very powerful statuses. Hogue is amazing if you can get it off. And Petrify, I mean, you basically just hook the enemy out of the fight. Now, some of the other statuses, I don't even know if they're actually worth doing, like Confusion. I never found Confusion that great in hat hits. Like, Charm is way better than Confusion, I find. And, Poison's decent. What other statuses? Blind is pretty good. Slow can be pretty good. Stop is amazing. So yeah, they get access to pretty good status effects. The only downside is, again, the damage is low. But hey, you You can reach pretty much anywhere, I believe. You don't have to be, like, right next to him. You can be, like, 5 miles above them and still hit them with Geomancer, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So I put them up here at B. Knight. Knight is one of my favorite classes. I love the Knight class. Arts of War is one of my favorite commands of the game. I just love the feeling of just breaking equipment and just breaking stats. And this is how I do my grinding. I use power break, speed break, magic break, MP break, just to nullify stats. It's also an easy way of getting JP by constantly breaking stats. And in fights with humans, the Ren equipment is super great. You were never interested in games. That's the funny thing. I wasn't really interested in tactics games at first. Like, it took like years for Down Destroyer to get me to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I played it once on console, and I lost the tutorial. And I never picked it back up for years. How can you lose a tutorial? I don't know. But I think I lost the freaking tutorial. But yeah, Knight. Knight gets some very good equipment in terms of defense. You're going to be blocking a lot of stuff. The Mirror Mail is amazing as an equipment. It keeps spells off of the Knight. Knight Swords are amazing. Once you get like Chaos Blade, Ragnarok, Excalibur, you're never going to be changing off of those. And then you get like the Shields, which are really good. Shields are amazing for blocking. You give a Knight a cape, like a Fairweave cloak or Vampire cloak or whatnot, and it becomes very difficult to hurt the freaking Knight. And I think Defender also increases their evasion as well. So Knights are honestly really freaking hard to hit. And they will become very annoying later in the game. And you will run into a lot of Knights, which makes it very annoying. This is where Archer with the Arts of War becomes very valuable, because Knights usually can't really get to ranged characters very easily. Anyone that can use Arts of War from range, including, like, say, a Chemist. Chemist is a good example of this. It can just pew with Arts... Well, can't they? Yeah, I think Gun works with Arts of War. So yeah, overall, Knight, very solid class. You're probably going to be using a couple of these throughout the entire game. Dragoon. Can I just say, in what Final Fantasy game, in what game in general is Dragoon ever good? Like, yeah, spears give you a range of 2, so you can poke them without having to get countered, usually. But jump is such a poor command. Like, jump never feels good to use. And you can't really use, like, the higher jump hacks, because, like, the enemy's never gonna stay there. Now, you can jump from, like, stupidly far away. But landing the jump is annoying. It's honestly terrible. If it, we're talking about Tactics, Ray. This is what we're talking about is Final Fantasy Tactics right now. I mean, Freya in FF9, she's probably the most useful Dragoon in the series. But even then, I don't think Freya's really that great. Like, other characters are just better than Freya, I feel. But yeah, Dragoon just... it's kind of like a weaker version of the knight. Now you could give them Arts of War and just poke from like range. That would be a good substitute for their sub-command. You can also do something like martial arts. You can do something like well, dual wield doesn't work with them. Yeah, it is easy to max out Dragon's Crest. You're not wrong. I mean, there's some more Lions right here. There's Ununite and Dark Knight, which I never really got to use. But yeah, like, Dragoon just isn't that good, I feel, in this game. Aside from poking from, like, 2 squares away. They never felt that good. Who is this? That's the orator. Who are you? You're, what's the name of this class? Like, that's the orator. This right here is the orator. Who are you? I'm going with, like, the original. I mean, the remake is pretty similar to the original for the most part. And even then, like, in the remake, like, Dragoon is still terrible. Archer is still not really that great. Gaius or Marcus, I mean, most of them are pretty much, you know, they're pretty similar to like they are in the original. Who is this? Does anyone remember this class? I don't remember what this class was. Suit. I'm also gonna go with, here, Mime. Let's go with Mime real quick. So Mime. I never really used Mime. The reason being that you have to like match like a whole bunch of jobs in order to even use Mime. And Mime has the potential of being like absolutely bonkers. Like absolutely bonkers. But the problem with Mime is it's really hard to use. It's very, very difficult to use that class. And you're not going to be seeing this class in like... Even after you beat the game, you're probably not seeing this class. That class is just, ridiculous. Mystic! That's the name of the class. It's freaking Mystic. Okay. But yeah, Mime is like... If you stick a Mime right next to an enemy... Like, say you go, like, behind the enemy... And then you use everyone to attack... Just stay right where they are and attack in the direction that the Mime is facing. You can make the Mime do, like, a crap ton of hits and damage. Like, you give a Mime, I don't remember if the Mime can use, what weapons the Mime can use. But, like, if you give them something that doesn't make them stay right next to the enemy, you could just, like, get them to just bully the crap out of, the enemy with the rest of the party. Yeah, Cloud is in, Hackins. Because the special jobs are not in here. In War of the Lions, you can also get Balthier and Luso. But they're not on this list here. Luso is basically just a copy of Ramsa. That's all Luso really is. Balthier's broken. Balthier is absolutely broken. He gets barrage, or you know, rapid fire, so he does like 4x attacks in a row. Which is absolutely insane, by the way. Once you get Balthier, there's no reason to not use Balthier. He is stupidly broken. So, Mystic. What the hell did Mystic do again? What did the Mystic class do? Oh, they were the status inflictors, right? Or was that Orator? Orator was also status infliction. I don't remember what Mystic does, because I, like, never use Mystic. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna go boop. That is incorrect. It cannot. I'm gonna check over here. Let me look over here real quick. What the hell do you do, Mystic? Okay, they are the ones that do, status ailments. So they're the ones that do, like, status ailments. They have Dispel, they have, they got Drain, they got, Osmos. Okay, so what about, what the hell does Orator do, man? What does Orator do? They do a bunch of, stat buffs, stat decreases. They try to inflict, research sleep or, okay. I see, Naruhokune. Naruhokune! So, because of the nature of spells being able to miss, I find Orator to be a little bit hard to use. Like, they can be damn good. I mean, Inspiration, I always go for Inspiration early on because just Petrify outright is very powerful. That's my main use of Mystic, is just Inspiration. Inflict Petrify. Like, I will literally learn nothing else but that spell. So, I don't feel like any of the other spells are really that useful, I'll be honest. Why use any other status effect when you can use Petrify? So I'm gonna put them, like, right here. Would they equally use guns? That might be the Orator that uses guns. I don't remember if Mystics can use guns. I know they use, poles. Which, I mean, poles are pretty good. They give you, range of 2. But I don't remember if they give you, gun. But overall, they're just kind of average, you know? So I'm also gonna put, like, Black Mage right here. Normally, Black Mages are really, really powerful. In this game, Black Mages are kind of freaking hard to use because of, charge time. If you give them, what's the ability? I don't remember the name of the ability. It's the one that halves casting time. Then they become a lot better. Well, the only reason I don't like 3 is that, like, the way the button setup in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is just, the button setup does not feel right to me, you know? I'm used to FGC 2 button setup, or, you know, like, normal Street Fighter setup, or, Guilty Gear setup. The way they do Marvel vs. Capcom 3 controls is very freaking confusing in my hand. Also, you know, Dante. Dante just never wants to freaking work for me. But yeah, Black Mage. The AI will abuse the hell out of this, because, you know, AI is a insane little bastard. I feel like the best use of Black Mage is using a Hogue spell. You get Hogue, you cast it on enemies, you make them into frogs, and they become pretty much useless. Do you notice a trend with the way I play this game? My way of playing the game is inflict status effects, break equipment, break stats. Like, it's usually not about doing damage, because status effects and stats are so important in this game that, like, if you are able to manipulate those, you basically win the game. Like, the game's pretty free if you're able to do all of that. I'm gonna have an interesting time with this guy. Well, I'm sure this guy is gonna punish me for not, for that mindset. For that mindset, it will definitely punish me. I would like to do this guy a 1 before this guy a 2, if possible, though. But yeah, like, because of the slow cast time, it doesn't really have stats I see. Because of the slow cast times, I'm not a big fan of use of Black Mage. If I'm gonna use magic, like the thing here, too, is I'm usually using the spells directly on one enemy. You can use it on a bunch of enemies, but like at the same time, it's like, meh. They're probably gonna walk out the way of the spell. Now, the fact that some spells are affected by weather, like if it's raining and lightning spells do extra damage, that's pretty cool. But you're probably not gonna get to use that very much. Likewise, High Mage. I talked about using statuses. It's very slow and punishing for a new player. I mean, you know I like to start with the first game, though. I always like to start with the first game, if possible, so, you know. But yeah, High Mage, you're probably going to be using it mostly for haste and slow. And even then, it's like, I don't really use high magic in this game. Especially because, again, spells have accuracy, including buffs, including, you know, revives, which is really aggravating. It's like, oh my god, why is this revive missing at 95%? But, like, I just don't use High Mage. Meteor is too slow to make use of. Disable's not a bad spell, but, like, I would rather, you know, punch a guy and probably take him out than spend MP on a spell that's probably not gonna work. That's the main issue with a lot of the mages. And like they're all kind of like in a seat here. White Mage also down here. You may be wondering, but isn't White Magic like good? White Magic's pretty good. I mean, healing yourself's pretty good. However, again, buffs can miss, so Protecka and Selka can miss. And revives can miss, so Raise and Arise can just outright miss. I would rather use items and revive and use White Magic and revive if possible. Holy is very good, but again, the cast time, I mean, you only target one person with Holy, so I mean, you can't multi-hit Holy. And honestly, I would rather just use, again, literally like Chemist for Pew Pew, Knight for smacking, Monk for smacking, Ninja for smacking, literally anything else but White Mage for, you know, Holy. So it kind of just falls in the mid category, and that's why you didn't really see me use White Mage much in my playthrough. Yeah, Chakra's just better healing. It never misses. It's got good healing, especially if you use it with a class that has high strength, like a Monk. Monk is a pretty good healer. And you know, Monk has Revive, which is usually a better revive than the freaking White Mage. The best strategy to disguise one is locked behind never killing an ally. That sounds terrible. What the hell? How are you supposed to do that? That sounds absolutely bad. So, where do you think the summoner is gonna end up, guys? Where do you think summoner is gonna end up? Any idea? You say D? Summoner is in the same class as all the other mages. They're probably one of the harder mages to use because A, slow casting time, and B, most enemies are just gonna walk out the range of a summon. Like, summons can do a good amount of damage, but good luck ever getting a hit off freaking enemies, especially with like Cyclops or Ogun or Bahamut. And you know, it costs a lot of JP to learn summon abilities, so I feel like a lot of the summons just don't really get to be used very much. And if you want Yugioh, you gotta bring Summoner who the fight with Elizabeth or into the final area, and hope that a Summoner spawns with the ability to use Yugioh. It's not as bad as it sounds. You assure me. It's just paying attention, especially with full versus not letting you cancel actions. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics originally didn't let you cancel actions either. Like, once you moved or once you did an action, that was it. That's one of the things I like about the remake. They made it so that you could cancel the freaking action. Which, thank God for that. But yeah, Summoner just isn't that great, I feel. It's just, again, if you could get, like, the, support ability that has, casting time, then all of the mages become a lot better. But, because of the way that, mages are legitimately, without that, they're kind of not that great. You could get on Steam, you could get me on Steam for best person on Switch. How much is it on Switch? So Squire, I'm gonna put Squire in B. For the most part, Squire is not gonna be used for damage. Not for damage. However, Squire is very important for getting the JP up ability, so that you can level up faster. It's 50% more JP, which is, you know, that's always nice to have. They also get access to Focus, which allows you to boost your attack. So at the start of the fight, you can probably have everyone focus and make their attack a little bit stronger until the enemy gets to you. They also have Throw Stone, which is a good way of getting JP and getting a little bit of damage. But outside of that, they're just there to get those abilities, and that's it. They're not good for anything else. Ramsus is better because Ramsus gives access to Sound Steel and something else. I forget what else Ramsus gets that's unique. Also, Ramsus can learn Ultima, but Ultima sucks in this game, so you're never going to be using Ultima. I don't know why they made Ultima a blue magic. Oh, Jesus, $50 on Switch? Jesus Christ. I mean, I would like to have it on the Switch just for the simple fact that it would free up resources on the PC. If I'm able to get it on console, I would rather get it on console if possible. Just so I'm not, you know, freaking using up a bunch of resources, trying to run, you know, VTuber Studio, Epic Game, and OBS, and, you know, Firefox all at once. This guy, Orator. So Orator's pretty decent. I think to get access to pulls, that might just be a mystic thing, but I think Orators get pulls, which is pretty good for, you know, doing damage. I need either own a PS3 or Forbidden, or at least in the games anyways. So, they also, their skill set is very, very powerful. They allow you to buff or debuff stats, so you can get high bravery by using Orator. You can reduce the enemy stats, which makes them a lot weaker. Orator is your way of getting low bravery on, like, Rafa, so that you can get, the, rare treasures easier. And Rafa is the best pick because her bravery is low by default. Just make sure it's not too low so that she abandons the party. That would be very, very bad. They also get access to Mimic Garlegon, which is honestly a very good sleep ability. It's a good AoE sleep. And if I recall, Orator abilities are instant, so you can just pop these off and be like, yeah, go sleep. Go sleep. So I would recommend getting Mimic Garlegon, get Praise, and get I think it's Steve Frog. Steve Frog's pretty good for getting money. As long as, you know, you're able to make the enemy hear you. If the enemy is unable to hear you, i.e. they're asleep, they are petrified, etc., then, you know, Orators, they will do absolutely nothing. But overall, they're pretty solid. Now, we're getting into good classes. Samurai. I kind of want to use Samurai a little bit more. The problem with Samurai is that Yugioh is very expensive. Because while they are very, very powerful effects, and I'll have you know they're very damn good effects, they don't miss. They never miss. So any buffs, they will always hit. Any debuffs, they will always hit, etc., etc. The problem is, there's a good chance that the weapon that they use will break. So, that's a problem for katanas that you cannot buy, like the Masamune, which is really damn hard to get, by the way. Why can they make the Masamune so freaking impossible to get? You gotta get from a ninja in the optional dungeon on a very specific floor at a very specific level. It's like one level that they have to be at before they start chucking Masamunes at you. And they have to have just the ability to throw katanas and not like knight swords, because if they have access to like knight swords, they throw like knight swords over katanas. Masamunes suck again. And the Zatsudan, you're not gonna get very many copies of that, because you also have to get that the optional dungeon from like a level 99 ninja. So those two katanas you're probably never gonna be using. All the other katanas you can use, it's just gonna cost you a lot of gil to buy extra copies of them so that you can use them. But they are very, very powerful. If you use Yugioh with a class that uses magic, like say Black Mage, Yugioh is a great sub-command for mages because it lets them do a crap ton of damage or healing in a very wide area. So yes, samurais, very powerful. They also get access to see Hiradori, which I think is the passive that lets you block physical attacks from weapons. So if like a human tries to smack you with a regular attack, they'll just block it. It doesn't work against monsters, but against human opponents, that ability is broken. It's absolutely broken. And I think they get first strike. You can get first strike, or is that the monk ability? Regardless, samurai is very, very powerful. And if you get Yugioh, use it on any mage. Ninja. Guys, come on. Let's be real. In what game are ninjas bad? How can you get summons in this game? You buy them, you get JP, and then you spend JP to learn them. You learn them like any other ability. Yugioh is the only one you have to learn by being hit by Yugioh and not dying to them. And that's an optional dungeon. That's the only summon you have to learn outside of spending JP. Give me just a second. 1 second. I knew she was going to be doing Expedition 33. I knew it! And I'm assuming Grape is going to be doing it at 7:30, right? Can anyone confirm that for me, by the way? So yeah, Ninja? In what game are ninjas bad? Final Fantasy 4. Ninjas are bad in Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy 4, the after year, ninjas are pretty bad. They're not very good in Final Fantasy 4. And honestly, Final Fantasy 6 Shadow kinda isn't that great either. But like in every other game that Ninja is in, Ninja's like amazing because they get dual wield. Dual wield is such a powerful ability to equip anyone. You give dual wield to a knight with Arts of War, they are going to devastate. You give dual wield to a monk, they are going to kill. They are absolutely going to destroy. Thank you, Ray. So yes, while ninjas are very, very squishy, that's their biggest problem. They're very squishy. They have very powerful abilities. In fact, I mean dual wield. Also, they move around like a fancy. They have like the greatest move speed out of all classes. So if you can get them a good sub-command, they become very, very good. Now, what sub-command would you give them other than dual wield? Why, I would say... Well, actually, I think they have dual wield by nature, right? Like, you don't even have to equip them with dual wield. They just come with dual wield, if I recall. Arts of War, very, very good. Items, very good because they can move around a lot. Martial arts, very, very powerful. Geomancer is very, very powerful sub-command for them. Orator, I mean, you got better things you can do than Orator, I believe. Thief could be a very good command. Ninja with Thief with Steel is pretty solid for getting items off of enemies. Ninja's just very versatile. I will say, though, I never really used the throw command, so I actually don't know how good throw really is. Because, I'll be honest, I hate throwing away stuff. I'm like, I don't want to throw this. What if I need this layer, you know? I want to keep this for my collection. I don't want to get rid of it. Why would I get rid of it, you know? So, like, I never really use throw. I I should with the bombs, like the flame burst bomb, spark bomb, and snow melt bomb. And you know, I probably do have a shurikens. There's the reason why shurikens are around. You don't have to throw the weapons. But you know, that might be a good idea in some fights. You put them up high, and then you just chuck stuff at enemies down below, where they can't reach you. So yeah, ninjas, very powerful. And you know, let's just say the monk, bro. I feel like of all classes in the game, I feel like monk is the best class in the game. Yeah, you're throwing away money. But dude, prove me wrong that monk is not the best class in the game. They're pretty hanky. They hit like a truck if you have high bravery, which Ramsa has high bravery. Ramsa is going to be hitting like a truck. Martial arts is a damn good command. It gives you revive, it gives you chakra, it gives you purification, it gives you shockwave, it gives you aura blast. You get such good earth render. Critical HP is honestly amazing. If you get hit, if you have high bravery and you get knocked to critical HP, you just get a chance of restoring all HP. It's such a good ability for a monk. Counter's a really strong ability for monk. If you're fighting anything that hits you up close. They're God here, dude. They are literally God here. If you give monk like arts of war, that just makes them even better. Especially if you give them dual wield. If you give a monk dual wield, and if you're able to boost their bravery and hack, they're just gonna decimate everything. Like, there's not many things that are gonna survive a monk punching them. Especially if you get, like, high enough stats. Like, at the end of the game, my Ramsa was doing like 600, 700 damage per punch. Per punch. Keep that in mind. Per punch. And I think Reese does a crap. And what does Bravery do? Bravery determines physical damage. How much damage you do with physical attacks. How much damage you take for physical attacks. And how often your passives will activate. So if you have high brave, so here's the thing. Say you have 95 bravery, which is the max you can get. You can actually hit 100 bravery, but the max you can cap out at is 95. If you have 95 bravery, you have a 95% chance of activating your passive. So if you get hit by physical and you have counter equipped, you have a 95% chance of activating counter if you have 95 bravery. If you have, like, say, 20 bravery, that's like 20% chance of activating your passive. So it's very important for your passive, for your physical damage, and how much you hate from physical attacks. On the flip side, faith is for magic. The higher your faith, the more damage you do with your magic, but the more damage you take from magic. If you have 0 faith, you will do no damage with magic, but you hate no damage from magic. So, 0 faith can be very, very good. It just takes a lot to get 0 faith. Now, if your faith is too high, party members may leave your party because they'll be like, oh, I must go and pray to the gods, and then they'll leave your party if your faith is too high with them. Likewise, if your bravery is too low, they'll leave your party because they're too terrified. So you can't have low bravery on characters too low, and you can't have too high of faith on characters. Unless you're Ramsa. If you're Ramsa, he will never leave the party. But yeah, Monk in terms of characters, Monk is the best with Ramsa. Other good classes with Ramsa is his Squire class. I forget what it's called. Knight's very good with Ramsa. Chemist is very good. Also, the other thing about Chemist that makes Chemist really good. Auto Potion. Auto Potion is god here. Especially when you get high potions, and especially when you get X potions. The moment you can start buying X potions, get rid of your regular potions. And get rid of high potions. Chemist with auto potion and high potion or X potion is pretty much what you want for the Wygriff fight. When you fight Wygriff with only Ramsa. That fight absolutely sucks. It is the worst fight in the game, hands down. But with auto potion and X potion or high potion, it is a lot more doable. And if you give yourself like you give yourself a way to boost your stats, it becomes a lot more manageable. Any other sub-command? I believe Knight gets parry, which I never really used. Knight also gives, like, equip sword, equip shield. But I never really used those parry bugs. Monk has counter and restore HP. Ninja has, like, walk on water, which isn't really that useful because you're not really fighting on water that much. And they also get Banish, which isn't really that great. Samurai has Shihirodori, which is an amazing ability against human enemies. I don't remember what else Samurais get. High Mage has the ability that halves casting time, so that's what you would go for with them. It costs a lot of JP to get, though, is the problem. All the other classes don't really have abilities worth a damn. I believe Summoner has half MP cost, which isn't a bad ability. Or is it High Mage that has half MP cost? I don't remember. And one of them has Restore MP, which, I mean, meh. That's not really that important. But yeah, most of the sub-commands are not that great. Now, again, I will be doing War Alliance at some point. That will happen. It's just that that's going to be, like, way down the road. So, this is my hero list of the jobs if Final Fantasy happens. Chemist, Knight, Ninja, Monk, they're the best classes of the game. And me. Arithmetician and Samurai are very, very powerful. I just hate Arithmetician because they're slow as shit. Mill of the Road. Thief. Bard Dancer. Wait, no, that's Geomancer. Thief, Geomancer, Squire, and Orator. They got good abilities, but they suffer in terms of like damage and equipment options. Less than ideal. Bard, Dancer, Mystic, Black Mage, High Mage, White Mage, Summoner. The mages all suffer from not having good MP costs, I feel. They take a long time to cast abilities. Enemies can just walk away from them. They're squishier than hell. Bard Dancer, they're just stuck in a corner, hoping that their ability works. And they're just prone to taking a lot of damage. And, you know, Mystic, they're just there trying to inflict, like, Hone or Petrify. That's about it. And their classes that suck. Archer, Dragoon, and Mime. Mime, because again, end of the game, you're probably not even seeing it. And it's very complicated to use. Dragoon just sucks. And Archer is not a bad class, but they're generally not that good here. Aim is a terrible command. And I've never used Onion Knight or Dark Knight. That will change at some point, more than likely. And with that, we are done with this hero list. That's one hero list down. Let me see what I have. Do I have another one that's kind of short? I could wholly do that one, but if I do that one, I have a feeling people are gonna make fun of me. I guess we're gonna do this one. So, what could this one be? Guys, do you know what this one is? Can you tell me what this hero list is all about? What could this hero list be all about? So, this one is just the ladies of Final Fairs. Just the ladies. It's only the ladies. So, I'm gonna start with the D tiers in terms of the ones that I personally like. Why is there... Are there like two different... Oh, that's Arania. So, D tier. Who do I not like that most? Or that much. Or, you know, they don't really have much personality. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of the Hype Zero ladies are kinda in, that category. They're kinda just, you know, they're all, like, tropes. They're all very specific tropes. Every single one of them. Is that Rem? I think that's Rem. I think that's Rem. So yeah, like, Kair, Sync, Queen, 7, and Sice, they're all just, you know, they're all just one-note characters. They're all one-note characters. I don't know anything about Lumina. I think that's her name, Lumina. I know nothing about her. So I can't speak on Lumina. Istula. I only know Istula from Dissidia NP, and there's really not a whole lot for me to go off of with Istula. I'll be honest. I wonder how much I would like her. I do wonder how much I would like her. Anyone else that's like at the bomb over here? Anyone else? I did not really care much for Luna Freya. Like, Luna Freya was, like... She just existed. She literally was just there. She didn't really add that much to the story of Final Fantasy 15. I'll be honest, she was just there. They could have done a lot more with her. They didn't. Which is unfortunate. I'm gonna also put Penelo down here because I'll be honest, like, what does Penelo do? Penelo is just, again, Penelo's another one of those that just exists. She literally just is there. And I'm also gonna put Princess Sarah down here because, like, I like her design, but, like, we don't really get much of her personality outside the world of Final Fantasy. And it's not got much personality, if I recall. I'm also going to put this Sarah down here, because, again, not that much personality. You don't really get to see much of Sarah. I do like Sarah's design, though. It's very Arabian-esque, if you know what I mean. Now, with that, I also don't really care for Maria. There's a lot... I'm noticing there's a lot going down here in D here. There's a lot going down here in D here. But yeah, like Maria, Layla, and Refia, they're all kind of just down here. Because again, Final Fantasy 2 didn't really give you much personality for characters. It is the one that started giving you more personality, but like, I didn't really care about Maria or Layla. I don't even really... Like, what even is Maria's design? What is that outfit she's wearing? That outfit makes no sense at all. And I mean, Layla is... She's a pirate lady. She is, in fact, a pirate lady. And then Refia, I mean... If I recall, Refia wasn't really very, you know, good. We'll get a Refia whenever we get to Final Fantasy 3 DS. Now, with that said, is that everyone that I did not care for? Perhaps. So, why don't we start with the characters that, you know, I actually know a little bit. Now that we got all of them out. Let's start with Rosa. So, I'm also going to add in, like, how good they are as a character. Like, personality, looks, story, abilities. So, Rosa. Rosa, like, beating the game without white magic sounds absolutely horrible. Rosa is going to be their cast and cure all the time. You're probably not doing anything else but cast and cure with Rosa. Apparently, Rosa's very good in damage, though. She's apparently surprisingly strong in damage. Now, granted, before Pixel Remaster, arrows were, you know, limited. Like, when you use the ammo... When you use the arrow, that's one arrow gone. It's not very good. In Pixel Remaster, once you buy an arrow, it never depletes, so it's a lot better in Pixel Remaster. In terms of personality, she's just very, you know, basic, generic, white mage, lady. That's how I feel about her. She is pretty, though. I do think she is very pretty. I don't know what to make of her outfit. It's very hard. Hell, is it like a leotard? Because, you know, it seems like I really like leotards back in the early Final Fantasies. I'm not sure if it's a leotard. But, I mean, she is still very pretty. Very, very good party member. She's gonna keep your butt alive. If you need anyone to keep you alive, it's not gonna be Cecil. Cecil's not keeping you alive. Kane is usually lying on the floor. Eggs is usually lying on the floor. Rigia's usually busy nuking stuff. Sick is probably hammering things. Everyone's doing everything but healing. Unless your name is, you know, Porum. Now, Rigia is probably one of my favorites. I do like Rigia's character. She is a very, very strong Black Mage summoner. It's like the only time you see a Black Mage summoner in a series. I don't think you ever see that again. Black Magic and summon are the same character. You don't see that. You see usually White Magic and summon, like in FF9 or FF10. So seeing a Black Mage summoner is unique. Now, how often are you going to be using her summons over Black Magic? It depends. Sometimes her summons are actually better to use than her Black Magic, like Siva's actually better to use than Lasara against Rubicon. Heighten is very, very good for crowd control. Miss Dragon is very good for crowd control. Leviathan and Bahamut are just god here at the end of the game. You're not using Asura, you're not using Ogun very much. Ogun is very situational, but Ogun can't be good. You're not really I don't know when you would ever use Ifrit. There is a case for using Ramu, but like there's like never a time where you would ever use Ifrit, I feel. Because why use Ifrit when you can use like Heighten? You know? I guess anything that's weak to fire, like vampire bats or like the vampirist or whatnot, but like, I don't know, like, why not just use Mist Dragon? They're usually, Mist Dragon's probably better. I don't remember if Mist Dragon is holy or not. And if Black Magic is equally as good, Bio is amazing, Flare is really good, Break is actually very powerful, and Tornado, believe it or not, is actually very, very damn good. It's one of the rare times where a gravity spell is useful even at endgame. The Aga spells, I don't know if you're going to be using the Aga level spell. You're probably using the Aga level spells against, like, against the Four Fiends when you fight them in the Hour of Battle. That's about the only time you're probably using Aga levels. Or, you know, you're using, like, Glasaga or Thundaga, I think it's Thundaga, against, Leviathan. Or Thundaga against Ogun. But with Black Magic, you're usually using, like, Bio, Flare. You're not using Meteor. Meteor takes way too long. Oh, and Quake. Quake is a very powerful spell, too. So you got some pretty damn good Black Magic. You got a really good summon skill set. Ricky is just very, very powerful. I like her personality, and I like her design. She's very pretty. Tell me that she's not pretty. Tell me that she does not have a very good design. She is very green. I think her favorite color is green. What do you guys think? I think she really, really likes green. Ferris. So, Ferris and Lena, I noticed that Cryo's not on the list. I wonder why. Ferris and Lena, we're not gonna base them on abilities because, you know, they can use pretty much anything. We're gonna base them on, you know, design and characterization and all of that. So, honestly, I'll be honest, I actually like Ferris a fair bit more. Like, honestly, Ferris used to be a little bit lower, but I kind of like her character. She does not give a damn about what you have to say. She's gonna do what she wants to do. You mess with her sister or her friend, she's gonna rip your guts out. She's just a badass, dude. I like Ferris. And wait until we get PlayStation version. That's gonna be a fun Ferris. That's gonna be a real fun Ferris. In terms of design, you know, what does her design remind me of? I mean, it is a pirate design, don't get me wrong, but like, what does her design remind me of? I feel like her design reminds me of another character. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, this is based on her Opera Omnia artwork, but what does that remind me of? Who does it remind me of? It's not Francis Drake. Like, I don't think Francis Drake was similar enough. But I feel like she reminds me of someone. I just don't know who. You know, I wonder if her and Ison would get along together. you know, Aizen from Hails to Berseria. It might get along together, perhaps. Maybe not. And Lena, I do like Lena. I do like Lena, but I'll be honest, I think I might like Ferris more than Lena. I mean, I've always had a soft spot for, you know, characters like Lena, and I do like Lena's design more than Ferris. But I think in terms of character, Ferris shines more than Lena. Lena's character is a little bit more flatter, you know. It's a little bit more generic. But, yeah. So we go to Final Fantasy VI. We have Hera, and we have Celes. Guys, where do you think Hera's gonna be for me? Where do you think I'm gonna put Hera? Where will I put Hera? Gee, I don't know. I mean, you know, I could look at my banner for my YouTube, for my Wix, and, you know, I would have hacked it for Twitter, but, like, I never hacked it made for Twitter, apparently. If you haven't guessed it, she's going up here. I have always liked Hera. Now, granted, her character is, you know, it's not bad. It's a little bit... Is Hera generic? Would you call Hera a little bit generic? She's just, you know, a confused girl. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know how to feel about things. I mean, you know, she has amnesia. She doesn't know what... She's just confused, you know? And compared to, like, all the other characters of Final Fantasy VI, she's a little bit middling. Like, you can make her into a good physical or mage, like a physical hacker or a magic user. But, like, compared to, like, Gal, which I learned Gal is stupid, Edgar, Sapin, like, heck, even Realm's a stronger magic user, but, like, Hera's kind of just middling. And while Trance is a damn good ability, I never really liked the Trance command. I'll be honest, because it's very restrictive. You're not using it in regular fights, you're only using it in boss fights, which, I mean, why would you use it in regular fights? And honestly, I like Hera's design. Hera's design kind of, you know, it hits all the good stuff, you know. So, the extra $30 is quality of life graphics and more I see. That's why it's so much more. So Celes, I never really cared much for Celes. I'll be honest. Like, I never really cared much. I've always liked Hera more than Celes. Now, Celes is, well, I will say this, if we go with original graphics, I didn't really care much for Celes because, like, it's just a green leotard. It's not that, you know, it's not that exciting. Yeah, Runic is good, but situational. Like, you're gonna use it for, like, what, 2 fights, 3 fights? You use it for Tunnel Armor, Kefka, and, like, 1 other fight? Her Amano. Yeah, I like her Amano design. The one with the purple clothes, yellow pants, the jacket. I like that design. If we had that design over what we got, with the green leotard, Runic does block, well, yes, Runic blocks Ultima, I believe. But yeah, if she had that Amano design, she might be up here at B here. Because that Amano design is very, very nice. It's what she starts using in, like, some of the layer games whenever she shows up, I think. But, like, I didn't really care much for her personality. Like, it hurts her personality. She's like, it's a turn off for me. I'm just like, yeah, I don't really like that very much. I think you can tell which characters I might like more in terms of personality. Celis isn't it. It's really not it. And, like, in terms of gameplay, like, again, Runic is very situational. Her spell list compared to Hera is just, eh. I don't really care for her spell list. She's just, you know, she's kind of just down there. Celis has had a really bad year. She did have a really bad year, yes. Final Fantasy VII. I also noticed that Selk is not here. We don't talk about Selk. Yuffie. Yuffie is going to beat. She's a Camilla Garone. Yuffie is a goofy character. She is a very goofy character. I kind of like that. She is also a pretty solid character gameplay-wise. Her limits are honestly pretty good. Her weapon selection is pretty good, especially when you get Conformer. Yeah, you like her here for the exact same reason. I will admit, though, the reason why she's a little bit lower. Normally, I would put her up here at A, because she's very good as a character. And I do like her goofiness. I don't really care much for her character design. You know? Like, I don't know. It's not exactly what I would think of for a ninja. I feel it's not a bad ninja design, but like, what is that design really? What is that design? Her remake design? Isn't it the exact same design? Like, it's the exact same design in remake. What are you talking about? Unless you're talking about with the cloak. I mean, if you're going with the cloak, it's just like, I mean, it's a Moogle cloak. It's more of a cloak that would work better in, like, say, a desert area than, like, in a city, probably. Actually, it might disguise better in a city, perhaps. Like, that one is... Do you really want to stand out as a Moogle? Because that could make you stand out as a Moogle. I feel like if you're a ninja, you don't really want to be wearing, you kind of want to be wearing one color, right? You don't want to be mix and matching colors. I mean, the swords, that's fine. That's a color that can work well in a lot of areas. The green, I don't know if the green works well with the hand. The green might work in some areas. But, like, you also got the you got the gray metal with the giant glove. That might be a little bit harder to hide, maybe. I don't know, I'm not a ninja. I don't know how easy it would be to hide. You want dark blue or black on ninja? Yeah. Don't, listen to Sasuke. Don't listen to Naruto. Naruto is the prime bad ninja hiding. Sasuke is the prime good ninja hiding. Hifa! So, Hifa. People are probably going to be like, oh, you're one of those people. No. I'll go with this. Yeah, Sasuke's a bad ninja here, but, like, at least his outfit, you know, is more ninja-esque. You know. So, here's the thing with Hifa. I don't really care much for Hifa's personality, personally. Haha, get it? Like, I feel like it's very dry, if that makes sense. In a cast, of characters that is very recognizable. You got your broody, you know, confused Cloud. You got your very, very hyper aggressive Barret, you know. He's very loud. He's very, you know, aggressive. You got your wise, but young and, what's the word I'm looking for? He's wise, but he's also very childish. Red13. You got Aerith, who is just silly. Aerith is very, very silly. You got Yuffie, who's just goofy, and she wants your area. You got, Sig, who is very, I kind of like how they get Sig in, Rebirth. He is the friend next door got to lose the main ship. Yeah, pretty much. Sig is very, Sig and Barret, I feel like, are two peas in a pod, you know? They're kind of similar, but, like, Barret is a lot more aggressive than Sig is. Like, Sig can be aggressive in, like, OG. But, like, I feel like Barret's more aggressive. And then you got Vincent, who's your, you know, your Sasuke. He's dark brooding. He's a loner, etc., etc. And then you got Kate Sif, who is just Kate Sif. Tifa doesn't really have anything that stands out to me. Like, she's more the quiet, caring towards her friends. That's about all that I can think of. Like, she is a strong character in terms of, where she, like, in her beliefs, in her, well, I would say in what, she believes in, but, like, sometimes she falters with that, but, I mean, that's just normal. But, like, yeah, it's just, like, it's a little bit flat compared to all other characters. In terms of gameplay, I feel like she has one of the worst limits in the game. I'll be real, like, her limits are kind of just bad in a game where everyone else's limit rates are just really, really damn good. I mean, game would cancel me, but the reason, like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. What I'm going to do is, I'm gonna make a new, I'm gonna add the road down below, okay? And this is don't know here. So I'm gonna put her down here because I actually don't know these two characters, like, at all. I don't know them. Yeah, the only thing that I know about Istula is from, Gesigia and Team, which, I mean, that's not giving me a whole lot to work with. And Lumina, I don't know her because I never played, 13-2 or Lightning Returns. But yeah, that Tifa. Yeah, no, that's not Lightning's sister. Sarah's down below. But, in terms of Tifa, again, her limits are bad. However, she is broken as shit, as I learned from one of my challenge runs. Tifa is broken. Power Soul is the stupidest weapon that I have seen in pretty much any Final Fantasy game, dude. Like, what would they think with that weapon? Disappointment who hasn't had coffee. That's how you describe Istula. That's a hell of a description. But yeah, I will say in Remake, Tifa's pretty damn good. Like, she has, like, she's probably the best character for damage in a Remake. Now, maybe not so in Rebirth, because, you know, Yuffie exists in Rebirth, but, like, if I recall, Tifa's still pretty damn strong. And she has, like, the best dogs and stuff like that. So, overall, she's just, you know, B here. Don't really care much for her personality. Don't really care that much for her looks. I know people are like, but it's Eva. She's Miss Final Fantasy. I'm not really that interested in her design. Like, I don't mind, you know, the long hair. I do like long hair. Look at all the other characters up here. But, like, I mean, it's a white tank top with a black mini skirt. I mean, you know, you can see that pretty much anywhere, I feel. It's not the most exciting design, I feel. It's like, but she has the biggest boobs. Boobas. And it's like, does that really matter? Does that really matter? I mean, you know, size doesn't mean everything. Size isn't everything. I'll just say that. My favorite Hales character, red dress, long white hair. Now, talking about Lila. There's Lila, there's Yugioh, there's... I mean, I do like Velvet. They all have long hair. They all have long hair. And look, like, Hera would have long hair if she didn't have it in a ponytail. Yeah, because Furious Cast is very solid. It's very solid. Aerith! Speaking of long hair, guys. This is probably why it's controversial. People are gonna be like, oh, you're a Cloud Aerith shipper. You hate Cloud Eva. Don't get the wrong idea, guys. I don't do shipping, okay? I'm basically purely on the characters. And I do like Aerith. I've always liked Aerith more than Eva, personally. I like her design. I think personally that Aerith is more prettier than Eva, in my personal opinion. Now, you may say that, like, Aerith's design is more plain than Eva. Is it really, though? I mean, yeah, it's a red crop jacket and a pink dress. Okay, that's pretty generic. But I mean, white paint top or white crop top and black mini skirt's also pretty generic when you really think about it. But I just like Aerith's design a little bit more. I also think, you know, I like the little, the long brown hair in front. What do you mean she's as interesting? I mean, the problem with OG is it's not voice acted, so you can't really, like, hear the tone of their voices. It's harder to, you know, get the sassiness out of Aerith. She's still very sassy in OG. It's just that you can't hear it. Remake get Aerith and everyone else better by active voice acting and, you know, give them more emotion because, you know, it's 3D. You can't really get that in OG as well. But, yeah, I love her personality. Like, she's sassy, she's playful, she's just a great character. Now, people would probably be like, I don't like that sassiness. It feels a little fake and whatnot. It's like, yeah, you know, who eats their own, you know? There's people that don't like Aerith. There's people that don't like Eva. It's just my own personal list. And in terms of abilities, I feel like she's... Yeah, in OG, my original favorite was Barret. I've always liked Barret. And then it was Sig, and then it went to Aerith. But, like, yeah, I've always liked Barret and Sig. And I love Barret in Remake and Rebirth. Barret is an amazing character. Also a very handsome guy, by the way. And no, I don't swing that way, but you know, I mean, even I have to admit, Barret's a very handsome dude. He really is. Tell me if I'm wrong. But, yeah, Aerith, her limits are freaking busted. No hate, no. No. Like, all of her limits are just absolutely insane. Planet Protector and Great Gospel are broken. Fury Brand is dumb. If you use it after you use everyone else's limits, you just give them limits again. So you get like double of her limits if she has Fury Brand. Healing Wing is a 50% HP heal to everyone. Breath of the Earth is probably not as good. It's just AoE Esuna, I believe. No, what? What the hell are you... What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Also, I remember how you're like, oh, so you're in Who Gags, are you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, not like that, Hate. No, I don't even remember who you said that about. I don't remember who you said that about, but I remember you saying that. Maybe it was about Barret. It might have been about Barret, actually. But yeah, Aerith is one of my favorites. She's always been one of my favorite females. Next, Final Fantasy VIII. Quizicus. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Quizicus, I'll be real. Like, I don't really care about Quizicus as a character. I feel like she's even more drier than, you know, Tifa, if that says anything. Like, she kinda just, she's a little bit bossy at times, but otherwise she's just very boring as a character, personality-wise. And I don't really care that much for her design. I mean, to be fair, Final Fantasy VIII character designs are very, very, modern, if, you know. They're very not fantastical. Yeah, Quizicus doesn't really do much. In terms of limit breaks, Quizicus is kind of very, very damn good. She's kind of very, very good with her limits. But, you know, if you're using her against bosses, I mean, her limits aren't really as powerful, I feel. Like, you're not going to use Degenerator on a boss. And most of her other limits, you're probably not going to use that much against bosses. Unless it's like Shockwave Pulsar. She did get more personality in World of Final Fantasy. But, I mean, I don't even remember World of Final Fantasy anymore. It's been too many years. But yeah, I don't really care that much about Quizicus. I really don't. Rinoa! Rinoa actually is a little bit higher up than she used to be. Yeah, FF8 does need a remake. Rinoa? I used to not like Rinoa at all. Like, I just did not like Rinoa. She was like, I don't want to touch Rinoa. I don't like her. She's not too bad of a character. She's really not. She can be a little bit annoying. Not gonna lie. She can be a little bit annoying, but like, the funny thing about Rinoa is, in a way, Rinoa is kind of like Aerith. Am I wrong? Is she as sassy as Aerith? No. But she's pretty playful like Aerith. She's got that playfulness in her. But she is a little bit of, you know, a little bit of a spoiled brat. Let's be honest. She is a little bit of a spoiled brat. I do like her design, though. It is a nice design, even if it's more modernized than, like, everyone else. And her limits are honestly pretty damn good. If you could come out. Listen Star, very, very powerful. Invincible Moon, damn good. But good luck getting those to come out. Angel Wing, very, very broken if you know how to manipulate it. And I kind of want to try and do a video of manipulating it, because it is a very, very powerful setup. But overall, she kind of falls in the middle here. Not my favorite, but she's not terrible. Selfie. I mean, I know Selfie's your favorite, hey, but I'll be honest, I kinda don't care that much for Selfie. Like, she's not bad personality-wise, but I don't know, I feel like she's a little too spunky, you know what I mean? Like, she's a little too spunky. Which kind of leans, leans to her being a little bit dumber than she should be. She is a little bit dumb. Let's be real. She is a little bit dumb. I don't really care much for her design. Yeah, no one really has enough time for character development, unless it's Squall and Renoa. But yeah, Selfie doesn't really change over the course of the game. She kind of stays the exact same the entire game. Honestly, everyone kind of does, unless it's Squall and Renoa. Everyone is identical from start to finish. Prove me wrong. And you know, while her limit can be very, very broken, I don't really like her limit break. Her limit break is just kinda not super great. I'll be honest. Like, try to fish for the end, or Rapture is like good freaking luck. Yeah, 8 story, I kinda wish I could get more with it. Like, Disc 1 is the best part of Final Fantasy VIII. After Disc 1, it starts going downhill really, really badly. Like, super badly. But yeah, like, Renoa is probably my favorite out of FF8 ladies. I like how Fujin's not here. She doesn't exist. Final Fantasy 9. Give me just a second, if you will. 1 second. One second. Yeah, it was supposed to focus on Laguna. I remember that. And Laguna's a great character. Final Fantasy 9. So, Beatrix. I mean, I don't really care for Beatrix. I mean, she's not a terrible character, there's far worse characters, but like, I don't really care for Beatrix, I'll be real. I mean, she is very, very damn powerful, which is why you only get a few uses of her, but like, I didn't really care too terribly much. Yeah, she has like no screen time, and she feels very like generic villain. Like, I'm following the orders of my queen. Oh no, what am I doing? My queen is making me do bad things. I must confront my queen. Oh no, I must fight against my queen. I have to redeem myself to the people. You know, it's not hyper character. Aiko. Beatrix is the only character in the game. Yeah, she is. She is like Camus. Aiko. Aiko is a hard one for me to place. She honestly is, because I feel like people are gonna hammer me for liking Aiko. But I do like Aiko. She is also, you know, maybe a little too spunky, like Selfie. I will say, though, it's probably because of how old she is. I mean, let's be real. She's only 6 years old. But she's a 6-year-old character that knows who shouldn't really be the way she is. Like, she's way smarter than a normal 6-year-old would be. I think Beefy's like 3, actually. But yes, like, for a 6-year-old, she's way too smart. She's, I don't know. And again, you know, Paladin and Corum were only 4 years old, and look at how they were. They were, like, what 4-year-old do you know are like Paladin and Corum, speak the way they are and whatnot. I will say, in terms of design, she's cute as a, you know, a young character. Like, she's not in that way, okay? Let me put it that way. In terms of, you know, design, it's a cute character design. You know what I mean? Not in a weird, creepy way, okay? Although I will say, Paladin's 5. Like, Paladin's 5. Oh, I thought they were 4. While I say it's a cute design for Aiko, I also don't understand what the hell that outfit is. Like, what is that outfit? Like, what is that outfit? And why does part of the outfit look like it's skin colored? Why would you do that? Like, that's a little bit weird, don't you think? Just a little bit weird? But in terms of abilities, Aiko's just really good. Yeah, Palam is broken at 4. Like, Aiko is like a better Garnet. She's got, like, Garnet's supposed to be a better summoner, but like, I feel like Aiko's just got better summon. Like, Magine is very good. Magine is very powerful. Phoenix is God here. And Aiko's the only way to use Phoenix when you get defeated, so that makes her automatically really powerful. Holy is God here. Kiraga, Haste, Haste is whatever, but like, Kiraga and Holy are what make Aiko God here. Full Life makes Aiko God here. Like, Aiko is just really good in terms of battle. And I feel like double white magic is way better than whatever Garnet gets for Eidolon. It's just better. So yeah, Aiko just is iffy. Freya, unfortunately, falls into the seat here. I don't mind Freya as a character. She's fine as a character. She feels a little bit flat. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't get that much screen time. She doesn't really get much character development at all. Once you're done with Bernicia and Clara, she kind of just falls to the wayside. She doesn't really do much at all. She just exists. And, you know, I'm not into, you know, rat people. I'm not into actual rat people. Don't get me wrong, Bay's fine. Bay is okay. You can be into Bay, but if you're into Freya, the same way you would be into Bay, I question you, you know? I'm gonna question you just a little bit. Just a little bit. But in terms of combat, I don't really care much for Freya's, like, combat abilities. Jump is okay. But like, her dragon abilities are just not, you know, particularly great. Dragon's Crest is honestly god here. You are gonna have to grind dragons. Do you need Freya to grind dragons, or do you just need to just kill dragons for Freya to get the Dragon's Crest powered up? I don't remember. Regardless, Freya can be like one of the more powerful offensive characters in the game once you get Dragon's Crest. But until then, she's kind of just whatever. You need coral rings. I mean, you can also like fight other dragons. You don't have to fight just Grand Dragon. With Freya and party, I see. And then Garnet. So, believe it or not, I do like Garnet. I used to not care much about Garnet at all. But the last couple times I played Final Fantasy IX, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like Garnet. Like, yes, it starts off all, you know, snobby and, you know, the way that royal people are. But I like the way that her character development goes. Like, she has a very good character development arc. Yeah, she's fun character-wise. Like, she becomes a really good character in terms of personality and character. Like, they did a very good job with her character. She probably has the best character development out of the cast. Like, I'll be honest. Like, even more so than, like, Vivi. Like, more so than Vivi and Sagan. I mean, did Sagan have that? But, well, Sagan had some character development, yeah. In terms of gameplay, yeah, she's not that great. Like, Eidolons kinda are bad. Like, summons are bad in general at Final Fantasy IX. FF9's cast is solid. They are solid. They're very, very solid. Like, I don't really hate anyone. It's just that, you know, some characters are kind of just not as great as others. Like Freya. Like, Freya can be pretty good. She's not my type of character. I'm sorry. But, like, in terms of design, like, I don't mind Garnet's design. I will say, why that? Why a jumpsuit? I'm assuming one is Amarant, right? Amarant? You don't like Amarant, I remember that. But yeah, like, why a jumpsuit? I feel like you could have gone with, like, anything else but a jumpsuit. Also, they really... Yeah, oh yeah, Quina, right. They really, really wanted to highlight her butt in that jumpsuit. I noticed that the last time I played it, the Final Fantasy IX Remastered, I'm like, damn. Someone have fun modeling her butt. Because it really, really stands out on her, character model. But, like, I do think she's cute. She's not a bad-looking character. Which is funny when you consider that, you know, her design is kind of similar to Rinoa and Tifa. But as you notice, Tifa and Rinoa are lower than her. The funny thing is, like, I feel like her proportions are good. They're fine for her. The frog catching minigame is quite obnoxious to having to wait a long time. Yeah, I hate the frog catching minigame. Not a big fan of that. Like, she's not, like, overly sexualized, if you know what I mean. I feel like with Tifa, she's a little bit overly sexualized, I think. Also, people complaining about Tifa's remake design, they're like, I like the OG more. It's like, gross. It's basically the exact same design. The only difference is she's wearing a black, you know, undershirt thing. and black swords. And they're probably, that's censorship by you. Think about it. If you're a martial artist, especially a female martial artist, you don't want your movement to be bouncing everywhere. You want it to be a little bit restrained, I would imagine. I feel like that's why they gave her that black hump. Because, you know, that makes sense. She's a martial artist. I would think as a martial artist and of someone that is of her large size, she's not going to want to, you know, have that being a thing that gets in her way. Because that would probably get in her way of fighting. And with the black swords, I mean, you know, that just makes it, I feel like it makes it easier to move around there. Now, I feel like the miniskirt might give way of fighting too, but you know, I feel like they're complaining about the black swords the most because, you know, they prefer it. But I want to see without the black swords. Just if you really want to see that so badly, go around on the internet. You don't need to see that in video games all the time. Really. Seriously. Like, come on now. Final Fantasy X and X 2. Pain. Honestly, Pain, I don't care that much for Pain's design. Like, her design isn't terrible, it's fitting, but like, it seems like it would be kind of annoying to fight in, not gonna lie. But I do like Pain's character. Pain is a fun character. She is a very, very fun character in a cast full of, you know, not so great characters. I feel like Pain's probably the best character in X 2 in terms of characterization. In terms of combat, can't really say because, you know, X 2, everyone's pretty similar. And that's all I have to say about Pain. Lulu. I mean, I want to like Lulu a little bit more because she's not bad. When it's actually the easiest to hit gaming cap with, but yeah, it is. It's very boring. Lulu, I want to like a little bit more, especially after the last playthrough. Like, she's not bad character-wise, but like, she's probably the most boring character-wise. The only one more boring than Lulu is Kimari, I feel. Like, she's just, yeah, she's exposition the character. In terms of combat, though, her overdrive's not really that good. It kind of sucks. But her black magic is really damn good. If you're not doing the expert spear grid, she's probably going to be your big damage stealing character. More than likely. Because magic is so damn good in Final Fantasy X. Also, Bio is very, very damn powerful. Yeah, Yuna easily replaces her at Black Mage, but that's on the expert spear grid. You can't really do that on the normal spear grid very easily. If you could use Yuna as a Black Mage on standard, then, you know, I would definitely do that. And in terms of character design, I mean, it's okay. If it's her moody, you know, moody character. But seriously, like belts. If I recall, the reason why the belts were done that way was because I think Nomura did that to spite the modelers. I think the belt dress was done in spite. There's a reason why you don't see the belts very much in, like, anything ever. Because, like, yeah. You got... Yeah, I thought so, too, because it's like, bro, they kind of are a little bit similar. Also, don't forget that Lulu's pregnant, if not okay, she hadn't, too, but you can't really tell. They never modeled that. At all. Alright, with that said, we have Riku. So, Riku is an interesting one. In terms of character, I don't mind her character. She is another one of those spunky, you know, like spunky characters like Aerith and Selphie and Aiko. But I feel like it's not as annoying as, like, say, Selphie or Yuffie. I said Aerith, I meant to say Yuffie. She's not as annoying. I don't mind her character design in Final Fantasy X. In Final Fantasy X, I think she has a nice design for, you know, her character. I don't know what they did with her at Hen 2. It's like, bro, what is that character design at Hen 2? Why is it literally just a bikini in Hen 2? What? Why? Why? And what is that hairstyle at Hen 2 as well? Like, that hairstyle is kind of just you. But I like her design more at Final Fantasy X. She's supposed to be really damn good. The problem is, getting all the items for her mixes is kind of hard, I feel. And, you know, it's overdrive, so you gotta get her overdrive, you gotta get the items, and then you gotta know which items are combined, which good freaking luck, because if you don't have a wiki open, you're not gonna know what items are combined. It's just like, oh my god, which items do I use? So, I feel like, yes, she could break the game. Like, look what happened with Spiramorph. She broke Spiramorph. But, like, she's not that great. She's very good with item usage, though. If you can get her Alchemy, she's probably the best healer in the game. Get her Alchemy, and then her Alphabet Potions will heal 2,000 HP. And the fact that she can use other items, if nobody else is on her path, she's the best item user. She is who you use to chuck items at everyone. So she's good for item usage. She's very, very good. Now, I say she's good, but I'm gonna say Yuna. Yes, Yuna is another character. I do really like Yuna's character. She is a soft-spoken character. She seems like she's not, you know, strong, but she's a very, very strong character in terms of personality. She does not waver at all. You cannot, if she has her mind set on something, good luck persuading her otherwise. Unless you're a hedonist. And even then, like, you're not persuading her very easily if she sets her mind on doing something. And that's what I like about her. She's a good character. She is a very damn good character. I do like her design too. It's very, you know, Shrine Maiden-esque. You know, it's very Japanese. It is very, very Japanese. Which is funny because you look at all the other characters and like, nobody else is like Yuna. Like, everyone in Passaic is all tropical islander. And then there's Yuna. And I guess Lulu, who is, you know, just goth. In an island full of, you know, island people. I guess you could say that, like, the male summoners, like, Braska is very Japanese-esque too, but, like, Yuna is, like, blatantly Japanese. But, like, I like her design. It's a very pretty design, and I think Yuna is a very pretty character, too. Now, in Hen 2, I feel like they made Yuna worse. Like, I don't really like how Yuna is in Hen Who. It hooked everything that I like about Yuna and Hen. It just reversed it, kinda. Like, she feels really dumb in Final Fantasy Hen Who, and it's just like, ugh. You know? She just feels dumb. Also, I don't really care for her design in Hen Who. It feels very, like... Why? Why is she wearing that now? I can tell you why. It's because Riku's the one that designed her outfit. And you know, look at what Riku wears. Look at what Riku wears. You're gonna have her design an outfit for you? Yeah? In terms of abilities, Yuna's broken, dude. I have proven how broken Yuna is. White magic is good. The null spells break so many fights. It makes you pretty much invulnerable in several fights. And AOs are just busted. Balivor is probably one of the best summons of the game. Balivor and Bahamut are the two best summons until you get like Anima and Yojimbo. Yojimbo, one hit kills whatever if you have the money. Anima just does a fuck ton of damage. Bahamut does a fuck ton of damage. And Balivor's just... I'm just gonna infinitely delay you. And Balivor makes some enemies never attack. So yeah, Yuna, very, very good. I'm gonna put, I'm gonna do the World of Final Fantasy characters real quick. So, I'm with Anna Crow. She's kind of just there, really. She's kind of just there. Wayne and Rain. I do like Rain, actually. Rain is a very nice character, and she is a cute lady. But like, you know, I can't really go more than that because I don't remember World of Final Fantasy very much. But I do remember liking her. Yes, I have played Hype Zero. I mean, do you see the Hype Zeros? Do you see the Hype Zeros here? Let's see. Speaking of Hype Zero, I do like Deuce. And I like Rem a little bit more. I like Deuce for her personality and character. And I do like Rem for her character. But like, I'll be honest. Again, they're all tropes. They're all just single character tropes. Hello, I will put down here. And Pris, I will put here. Like, I like Pris's design. And I like the way she fights in Dissidia. And I like her personality. I don't know her very well. And Sanho, I do know her from Dissidia, but like, I mean, you know, I don't really know Sanho. Arania, I mean, you don't really get to see Arania very much, so I mean, she's gonna go down here. Alma and Agrius, I mean, I'm gonna put Agrius up here. Agrius is a very good character early on. She's a very good character for the rest of the game when you get her. But it hurts her personality, like, after you recruit her, she's done. And there's not even that much to her, personality. Alma, I do like Alma's personality. Actually, I will put Alma a little bit up. I do like Alma. She is a pretty good character, but, like, you don't get to see her very much. Sanho's unchanged all of her appearances. I mean, if that's the case, I'm gonna put Sanho, like, here. Like, in terms of, you know, like, character, I love her character. I love her character. She's a great character. Her design is okay. I mean, you know, she's a very small lady. But I do like her. I just can't really put her any higher than C because, you know, I don't know her very well. Sarah. I'm actually going to put Sarah, like, right here. We know Sarah for Final Fantasy 13. I don't know how she is in 13-2. So I can't speak on her for 13-2. 13, Sarah was just, you know, she was okay. I would probably put Final Fantasy 13 Sarah in like C or D. Fang. I love Fang. Fang is a great character. Fang is probably one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy 13, up there with Sas. I like her. I like her a lot. Her design is pretty nice too. It's a very fitting design for her. Also, she's like a good Dragoon. She's like one of the better Dragoons in the series. And, you know, she gets Bahamut. Fitting. Hit for the Dragoon to get Bahamut. And honestly, she's really damn good. Like, I didn't realize just how good she is as a fighter. I kind of wish I used her more, but, you know, I kind of stuck with Vanille and Lightning as the main characters. But when I started using Fang in post-game, I was like, damn, Fang is actually really damn good. And then, you know, Lightning, I'm going to put Lightning here. I don't care much for Lightning's design. It's kind of just whatever, you know. I didn't mind her personality as much as I thought I would. Her personality, I used to not care about Lightning at all. But she does get better over the game. Like, she does, you know, get character development. She's not as bad as I thought she was. Is she good? Not really. Like, she's not, like, super great, but, like, she's still better than I think she is. And she's a very solid, you know, character gameplay-wise. Like, it's kind of hard to say that, you know, she's bad as a character in terms of, you know, gameplay. And, I mean, Vanille. Vanille is gonna go up here. I do like Vanille. I like her, personality. I like her design. And I like how she fights. She's very good at debuffing. She's very good at doing damage when you get death. She's got very good healing. I think she gets Curasa, right? Yes, Sass is an S. I put Sass and S in my old FF here list. Also, funny that Sass is an S when Barrett would be up there too. Huh. You know what? I'm not gonna go any further with that. But yeah, I do like Vanille's design. It's funny that Fang and Vanille are actually in the same here now. Thinking about it. Ash. Can I just say I don't care about Ash? Like, I really don't care about Ash at all. Like, she's just, you know, generic princess lady. Also, what is that outfit? I know it's a desert kingdom. Yeah, Sass basically had to carry the game on his back. If it wasn't for Sass, the game would have been a lot worse, I feel. Like, I like Vanille, I like Fang, but they weren't carrying the game at all. So Ash, I know Ash is supposed to be like the main character of Final Fantasy XII, her and Balthier, but like, I don't really care about her at all. Her personality is just bleh. She's not a bad looking lady, but like, I don't really care much for her character design. Again, who wears that outfit? Like, what kind of outfit is that for a princess to be wearing? Why are you wearing such a short skirt? As like the world's shortest skirt. Like, seriously. And then lastly, Fran. I mean, I'll be honest, I do like Fran. She does have a very nice design to her. And I do like her character, even though you don't get to see her that much. Well, you don't get to hear her very much, but like, you know, it's Fran. I do like Fran's design. I don't have anything to say gameplay-wise, because, you know, everyone is very similar gameplay-wise, as far as I'm concerned. So there's that. So, S here is Rigia Hera Arifayuna, which is, you know, the main fork I always say is my favorite. Followed by, in A, Ferris, Garnet, Fang, and Vanille. I feel like Ferris and Garnet and Fang all jumped up. They used to be way lower, but they all jumped up. B here we have Rosa, Lena, Yuffie, Tifa, Renoa, Aiko, Pain, Riku, Rain, and Fran. So I think Ferris jumped up and Lena went down. They basically reversed the roles. I feel like Rosa jumped up a little bit. And Eva, I think, actually did jump up. I think a lot of them kind of jumped up like one here, honestly. But it's pretty similar. See here. They're okay, but, you know, eh. We got Celis, Quiscus, Selfie, Freya, Lulu, Anna, Wayne, Deuce, Rem, Pris, Agrius, Alma, Sanhu, and Lightning. In no particular order. I mean, ironically, most of them are just, I don't really care for their character designs, and I don't really care for their personality, but they're okay at combat. Except Pris. Pris is the only exception. I do like her personality and character design and combat. It's just, I don't know that much about Pris. So Pris is a little bit lower than I would, you know, she would normally be in B, but I don't know her that much. And then the D here, I don't care about them at all. Kair, Deuce, or Kair, Queen, Seven, Sice, and Gun Lady. Yes, Gun Lady. Oh, Sink. Sink is who I was thinking of. Luna Freya, Canelo, Princess Sarah, Sarah Olney, Maria, Layla, Raffia, Beatrice, Arania, and Ass. Don't really care for designs. Don't really care about personality, or, you know, they don't have much personality. I'm gonna amend that. I like Sarah, both these Sarah's designs. It's just that, you know, not enough personality. They don't really fight, etc., etc. And then, you know, if the ones I don't really know, because I haven't really played their games, Istula, Lumina, and Sarah. And that's it! We are done for today. So that's two more tier lists done. Let me see who is streaming. So tomorrow we're going to be doing Bird Strike. If you're around, hate, please fight me. You and Melty, I hope, fight me. And on Monday we will be doing Final Fantasy X. Alright, so Grape is doing Expedition 33. I'm probably gonna raid her. B2 is doing Resident Evil 4 right now. Callie's doing a Members Only Chat stream at 10 p.m. Let me see. Sakura's doing Sorgar Online Echoes of Minecraft at midnight. And at 9 p.m. she's doing her Sakura Morning. Kayori is doing Fire Emblem Free Houses at 10 p.m. Bay is doing Bum Simulator at 9 p.m. That's tomorrow. I know that Victoria's gonna be at 9 p.m. Uemoko's gonna be doing Symphony of the Night. Victoria Roman is gonna be doing Sonic Generations. It's the Wii version of Sonic Generations. And that's going to be at... Oh, Sonic Unleashed. Sorry, Sonic Unleashed. At 10 p.m. tonight. And hell if I know what Scarl is doing. Because I never know what Scarl is doing. So that's everyone I see. Alright, so that is it. I am not streaming tonight, obviously, because a bunch of people are streaming. Speaking of streamers, I was watching Kiara. I went to watch her Final Fantasy VII Remake stream. I kind of want to watch Kiara more, but like, she streams at like 11 in the morning. I'm just like, damn. That's way too early in the morning for me. Way too early. I know, 11 a.m. too early. Weird. Anyways, I will say until next time, everyone, whenever that may be, you'll have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, and I will catch you all on the flip side of the boy. Take care, and have a great rest of your day or night.